So we are at Leo Carrillo here. I'm here with Araya, scoping out the composition. So we're thinking of painting this tower here, which is something I've done before. And Araya, it's first time painting the tower, or have you done it before?
I've done it from a distance, but first time up close, making it the center of attention.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely challenging subject, but we're up for it. I'm working on a 16 by 20 with my Anderson easel, and Araya's got a 16 by 20 and it's Yarka. Okay, so I've got the view catcher here. I'm thinking of doing something maybe like that. Today I'm gonna leave a lot of the detail. I think it does add, you know, to the picture. So, you know, like the antenna up top and the railings and that sort of thing. In the past, I like sort of composed it like this, but today I wanna make the tower smaller. So I have toned in burnt sienna, and I'm just kind of getting some big shapes in place here before working on any sort of detail. Here is the more detailed sketch, and I used the horizon, you know, to make sure that my horizontals were perfectly horizontal, and then the top of the tower is actually on an angle, so I compared that to the horizon. The top of the windows and the top of the doors are, of course, going to match the horizon, and then the verticals are completely vertical. I did put a vanishing point on the horizon, and then I led my diagonals to that vanishing point, which is really helpful. All right, so you're going with a little bit higher of a horizon. I actually like that. And then you're gonna have, then you'll be able to see more of the beach.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to see the bottom of the cliff a little bit.
Okay, so unfortunately my camera did not survive the fall. It was a brand new camera. It was the second time I was using it. And so that's unfortunate, but we still did manage to keep a positive attitude despite the fact that it got super windy. In fact, towards the end, I just picked up my easel and I carried it behind the lifeguard tower just to get some protection. Araya just stood out there in the wind. It got cold too, and I don't even know if he finished because I actually had to leave to beat traffic going back to my daughter's place. So, but maybe he'll post it on Instagram, and I'll put a link to his Instagram down below. But let's take a look at the painting. All right, so here's what I finished up with, and I'll talk about some of the color mixes. I didn't, talk about them during the process just because it was so windy, and I was really focusing. First thing, the sky up top here is ultramarine and white. And then, as usual, I started using some phthalo with white, for a more cerulean color. And then right along the horizon, there was a lot of yellow, so I actually used yellow ochre for that. The water is just my typical water mixture, which is ultramarine, phthalo blue, and a little bit of burnt sienna. And then my darks, I went with my normal dark mixture of ultramarine and alizarin crimson, but I did add a bit of burnt sienna to kind of calm down that sort of purple effect. In the water here, dioxazine and white, that's like my go-to color mixture for white water. And then you can kind of come on top of it with little bits of titanium white with some sort of yellow. I think in this case I used cadmium yellow lemon. I've painted this building in the past and I left out a lot of the details, and this time I tried to include more detail, like there was a little sign on the building and then the railings and stuff. Some of this could use a little bit of touch up, but I didn't want to overwork it at the time. Like I feel like these railings to the left came out better than these here, like these could be darker. All right, so my goal was to keep the drawing accurate, but then also have loose brushwork. So like I didn't want the railings to be overly detailed or too carefully painted. I wanted there still to be energy in, in the brushwork. I mean, that goes for obviously down here too, keeping areas of transparency. And so that is it. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to see some extra videos and help support this channel, there is a Patreon link down below. Other than that, stay creative, and I'll see you guys in the next video.